What is going on, guys? I hope you all are having an amazing Sunday. I just got back from church. One of my good friends, he got baptized today, so that was really awesome. First time going to church since I was a kid. Uh, cool experience, awesome time. I'm feeling a little bit foggy today. A few too many to drink last night. Watching the UFC 300 card, and it was also my friend's birthday party. Um, that card was freaking bonkers. Two of the best knockouts in UFC history, in my opinion. Um, Everyone's freaking out about Holloway. Holloway and Gaethje went at it. Holloway won the fight, and then the last 10 seconds, he didn't have to do anything. Told him to come throw down right here, and I'm sure you've seen it with literally 1 second left on the clock. Boom, out cold Gaethje, and then I thought Pereira's was just as cool, if not cooler. Um, Man's fighting, gets kicked in the nuts. The ref tries to come to separate them to have a break. Pereira doesn't even look at the referee. He just goes, pushes him away, but keeping direct eye contact on Hill, pushes the ref away, and then in the next sequence, one taps him with a left hook. So cold, man. And then he gives him the little meme. So it was pretty great. Awesome card, super hilarious. But today we'll look at the markets. I can hopefully give you guys a little hopium for the week. I know the past couple days have been brutal, but I'm here to provide the bullishness that I always do. So let me minimize my camera here, a little smaller. Perfect. And we will look at the chart and look at some tweets as always. I was buying altcoins, not a lot. I got more XRP, rotated some plays around, stacked my H bar a little more. But if you were not in the market, you should have been loading the boat on altcoins this weekend, man. Yesterday when we capitulated down, that was bonkers. The prices that you could have got some of these at. Bear market altcoin prices, while Bitcoin was still over 60K. So Bitcoin hit on, I'm not sure what exchange Bitstamp, around 61. It didn't break its previous low that it set back here on March 19th, March 20th, on Bitstamp at least. I know on some exchanges it did, but the concerning thing here for Bitcoin is that we did break out of this triangle, right? We're seeing a bit of a bounce literally as we speak. Bitcoin just broke back over 65K, and I see some of my alts here on the side moving back up as well. What a lot of people are saying, right? I don't like that we broke the pennant. Obviously, we had a fake out up. Maybe this is a fake out down. But I am seeing people say that this is really the significant level here, is the horizontal level. And we're still holding that. So ultimately, all we've been doing here is ranging. Like I said, I don't love that we broke the pennant. I think that could indicate that we go lower and go test this longer term like channel here as support. My only problem with that is that with how much the altcoins have been nuked, if Bitcoin were to break down here and even go to like 55K, which isn't that crazy of a drop, the altcoins would absolutely get decimated. Some of them would be setting new lows, like all-time lows or bear market lows. Um, and I don't know, that just doesn't seem right to me. So if we go over to total 3, this was crazy, right? Total 3. So the total altcoin market cap went from, let's measure high to low. Actually, let's just measure from where we were at like a couple days ago. The total altcoin market cap dropped 25% in 2 days. We almost perfectly retested this level right here. We did perfectly retest that. This level that we broke out of. And I'm going to show you a chart from Blockchain Backer as well that's going to kind of talk about this. We retested and we're bouncing pretty nicely. Literally, like I said, as we speak, Bitcoin's starting to push up a bit. XRP back over 50 cents. Look, thing with XRP specifically is this does look pretty brutal, guys. I'm not going to lie. We broke some significant support levels, in my opinion. But the saving grace here, so let's move to the weekly chart. What did we do the last time we were in a big pennant and we were about to go launching to the upside? We broke down and it looked really scary. We had a massive wick to the downside. And then the following weeks as well were just bleeding slowly down until all of a sudden it was straight up. So the thing is here with XRP is, well, one, we haven't even broken down yet on the weekly at least. The close is in about an hour and a half, and if we close where we're at now, we're still above this line of support. Um, I know it's really scary. Like, it's crazy that we got a 42, 43 cent XRP at this stage in the market. I mean, hey, I don't mind. I bought more. I I've loaded the boat, man. I am locked and loaded, ready to go. And we had that negative news catalyst, the World War III starting, Iran attacking Israel. It's all BS in my opinion. It's the narratives are there when they need to be there to explain away price action. It's just a massive liquidation flush, and just a massive dip. But it's not something that the market hasn't seen before, and that isn't normal to this market. Like, this is how crypto works. It's how it's always been. You'll get these crazy moves. You have to remember that a lot of the market, Bitcoin, and then a lot of altcoins have just been straight up the past since October, basically, just straight lines up, like hardly any turbulence. So Bitcoin is still up here at all-time highs. Bitcoin hasn't even done much of anything, but everybody has flipped bearish. The sentiment has gotten completely destroyed. Anybody that was getting into the market up here into anything other than Bitcoin just got completely wrecked. If you were on leverage, you're out, you're done. If you got spot altcoins up here, a lot of people that have not been in this market before or have not been in it for the past couple years probably got scared out and sold, because that was like a violent crash. That was extreme turbulence, man. Casper literally almost was down to new all-time lows. 2.5 cents, dude. Obviously, some altcoins held up better than others, but look, Bitcoin dominance touched as high as 57%. Is that the top? That could be, dude. Look at the trend line here. Imagine the smell, man. If this is the top, if we just got that flush over the weekend, the war scare, everything gets obliterated, and then this week we just get a V-shaped recovery. It goes back up in a straight line just as fast as it went down, and everything just starts to make new highs. And then Bitcoin dominance rolls over and starts setting new lows, bouncing from this down from this resistance line. Can you imagine the sentiment in the market? How many people are going to get left behind? Obviously, like I said, I have no idea. Maybe this does go lower, but my gut is telling me that was a big flush. And my intuition is saying that I think that was it, and it's just going to run it back turbo. Okay? I hope I'm right, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. From Credible Crypto, so he's been posting a lot of charts here since this happened about how there's a lot of indicators that are showing up to him that this probably was the bottom, for one of them being spot premium flipping to have a spot premium, which has always been a good indicator of the bottom since our run up started. He showed a big cluster of bids underneath us. Here he says the COVID crash was one of the worst. The only other time I think shit went that sideways that fast was the drop from 6K to 3K in 2018 when BitMEX went down because their liquidations engine got overloaded. If you think yesterday was panic/fear, you ain't seen nothing. So he's actually saying that wasn't even that crazy compared to like the COVID crash. I think it was a pretty crazy crash. It felt to me like we were in this moment back here in August of 23 when we had this liquidation down. It felt that kind of level of fear and panic. But obviously much worse for the altcoins than it was for Bitcoin. We'll continue. So from Armando Pantoja, just also again mentioning this conference between Ripple and the SEC on the 16th. So I believe that would be Tuesday. And they're having basically like a final chance to settle. Who knows if we get the settlement? But again, just imagine the craziness, especially in the XRP community, to get this drop and then have the settlement come out this week or next week, right after this terrible, terrible downside candle that freaks everyone out, and then it just runs it back and actually breaks out and goes on that bull run. Everyone would lose their minds. Here from Mikey Bull, this seems like a last trough point like in 2017 before the explosive upward move. So yeah, just showing that here as well. Same thing. You get that big crushing move down the wick, and then hopefully we get that bounce finally. Here from Gel, Bitcoin still holds key levels, looks primed, stick to the plan. So yeah, he's just showing how Bitcoin really hasn't done anything. It's still just been ranging. It hasn't broke any structure other than that pennant. Like, it's still holding up pretty solid. Then from a blockchain backer, he goes double tap, bull flag, breakout, violent backtest, V bottom. So he shows the Dow here, how it did something like that. This was obviously the COVID crash, came down, but then violently swung back up. And he's comparing that structure to what we have now with the altcoin market. Violent backtest, and then are we going to swing back up out of here and just start rampaging upwards? And then finally from BCB, unfortunately I'm not home, so you're getting the classic chart from the phone for this one. Not sure I've ever done that. Anyways, concepts for me starting to accumulate is where the market cap arrived. This is the COVID crash-ish. He's saying it is kind of like the COVID crash, and he started buying and dipping his toes in here into some positions again. So I don't know, man. We'll see what this week has to offer. I think it's going to be big to see how the stock market does, because the stock market was getting wrecked last week. If we get a bounce there, I think that would look really good. Bitcoin is starting to bounce, and I think this weekly close is going to look not too bad. We're going to close up near 65K. XRP, hopefully closing this weekly up here over 65 cents. Or 50 cents. I wish 65 cents. But, time will tell. We'll see what happens this week. Should be exciting as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I could give you some hopium. I hope that you are having an amazing Sunday. If you did enjoy, leave a like. It helps out the channel a lot. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Moving quick, building fast, putting in that work every day. Daily videos for the foreseeable future. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.